Hey, hey.
And we are live. Melvis, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing really, really well. Thank you for asking.
Cool.
Yeah, things could be a lot worse.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
as we say,
All the time.
it is a dark world.
And everybody be a light.
Everybody be a light. And as long as you try to be a light, things are things are going to go good. You're going to have
everything will work out.
Not that there aren't going to be road bumps, but that you're going to have positive.
Boom.
Boom, boom, boom. So this is another episode of
Indiana Rocks.
Sorry.
Oh,
lip syncing. We hadn't done that yet.
Okay, we'll figure that out.
I think I just did.
Yeah. Okay, I'll rehearse.
Okay. You know what? We've had a lot of great guests on.
Yeah, we have.
I mean, a lot of incredibly interesting stories told. We have not had a Grammy Award winner on.
Absolutely right.
Until right now.
Yep.
It's let me make sure we get this right. Doug Phelps, Richard and Fred Young, and our guest this evening, Greg Martin, the Kentucky Headhunters.
Yes, sir.
There
Hello,
you
gentlemen.
go, brother.
I am the psychedelic gnome,
Oh,
and we must spread light in the world. As
Yes.
you said.
yes.
As you just implored, we need to spread light, not darkness. Just turn off the news, and if you have to, take a snooze and get up and watch cowboy movies, or pull out your favorite classic rock blues album and just live with that. You know?
There you go, brother.
Yes.
I'm all
And read
for
the
that.
Bible. I promise you, the Bible's where it's at.
We, you know,
absolutely.
That's one of the reasons we do this is because there's so much negative stuff on the internet, and
I know, man. I know.
And we just try to do something, once a week that's positive.
Yeah, lift your spirits.
Yeah. And we thank you. We thank you for coming on here.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here. I am very, very happy to be here. Thank you, guys. Melvis and Barry. Thank you.
Hey, our pleasure. You recently have played an iconic. I mean, there are places that transcend musical genres. There are places that are like that. And the Grand Ole Opry.
That's one.
Yeah.
That is one of them. Does it? I mean, I'm imagining walking out on that stage, and that there is a different vibration there than anywhere else in the world.
I agree. And I even posted this on Facebook and Instagram. It's like I've done the Opry several times. Back in the 80s, Ronnie McDowell.
Oh yeah.
Times. Yeah, I was Ronnie from 1981 to 89 till June. We played the Opry quite a bit, and I was nervous back then doing it, but I've done it with the Headhunters. This is the third time that we've done it. We just did it, and it's like I don't know why it's so nerve-wracking. First off, everybody's kind of spread out all over the place, but it's like horses coming out of the chutes. Like when you play live, you can kind of warm up. We got a couple of songs that we always play, and it's kind of like warming up. But it's almost like the Kentucky Derby when you play the Opry. Man, the bell rings and you're out of the chute and you got to perform. And I was nervous the other night. I wasn't even moving my hands. They were just moving. That's all I can tell you. I'm like, what? But hey, I went back and heard a couple of audience recordings, and I thought, well, yeah, we pulled it off. As we always say after every show, we fooled them again. I think we stole that from B.B. King.
Okay, well, actually, didn't didn't the Headhunters like right off the bat? Weren't you guys recommended to play at the Opry and was it Roy Acuff?
Yeah, that's the story.
Wow.
Yeah, of course, our first album dropped in October of 1989, Picking on Nashville. And, of course, at first, the big leadoff single was Walk Softly on This Heart of Mine, written by Bill Monroe, or associated with Bill Monroe. And, Bill took a liking to us. At first, he didn't know what to make of a bunch of ragamuffin, long-haired, blues, rock, country blasters out of Kentucky. But somehow he saw through everything, the sound, and he looked into our hearts somehow, and he took a liking to us. And I think he suggested to Roy Acuff that we come on the Opry. And I think Mr. Acuff said, well, I bet they're nice boys, but maybe after they get their haircuts, or something like that.
Yeah.
And if I remember right, back in 2013 or 14, they wanted us to come to the Opry, but they wouldn't let us bring our amplifiers. We have to have a certain sound. I mean, I'll tell you a story here in a minute, but we politely turned them down back in 2013.
Wow.
And then in 2021, we were offered to do it again, but they had changed. Things had changed. They were a lot more loose. They were looser. I was able to bring my amplifier, at least to get a sound that I wanted to get. I was able to do that. And we did our first one in 2021. Then we did it again about a year later in 22. And this is the first time we've done it again. So that's 3 times for the guys and I. But I was going to go back to the 80s when I played with Ronnie McDowell. I'd done it 3 or 4 times with him. But back then, they had these PV amplifiers. They were house amplifiers, and the knobs were epoxied. You could not, they had them set on like 1 or 2, and you
couldn't adjust them.
Huh?
You couldn't adjust them.
Oh, no, you couldn't adjust it at all. And it was crazy. It was crazy. And there was no way we were going to do that. There was no way. But I'm hoping someday, as they finally figure out we're not down there to overturn everything. I mean, we're just happy to still be here at our age, And maybe they'll let Fred bring his drums, and Richard can bring his own amplifier if he wants to. But hey, I tell you what Richard did. He was smart the other night. The other guitar player, he played nice during sound check. When we were out there and played, he turned the amp on 8. So it went fine, man. It went well.
And you didn't have to cut your hair.
No, I think nature's kind of taking care of that. A little bit.
Yeah.
It's still long. It's just not as thick and lucky used to be, but that's the way it goes. I'm 72, man. I mean, I'm just lucky to still be around.
No, man, you guys still rocking.
Yeah.
We're doing it. We're giving it the best, I'll tell you.
Well, yeah.
We sure are, man.
I bet.
A critic from Billboard, let's see, Ray Waddell said,
oh, yeah.
He said, quote, arguably the most consistent and durable Southern rock outfit on the planet.
There you go.
Well, God bless Ray. He's always been good to us. Well, as you said earlier, the genres, we do transcend genres. I like to think that we do our own little thing, which is encompass a lot of blues, a lot of rock and roll, maybe a bit of soul with our country upbringing elements. And it just kind of makes this burgoo, Kentucky burgoo of sorts, And we do our own thing. We're not it's funny. The Headhunters has its own little thing. We're not a funky soul band, which I love funky soul as much as the next guy. But we have I think our roots, there's a lot of Chuck Berry, a lot of B.B. King, a lot of Muddy Waters, a lot of the Southern rock we grew up with, a lot of the music from England we grew up with, everything from the Beatles, the Stones, Cream, Free, Humble Pie. It's all mixed in there. Plus maybe hopefully the little Allman Brothers, little Skinner.
Mhm.
You know, we just never. It's like reading a book. You know, it all goes in, and it has to come out somewhere. You know.
You mentioned the genres and how you've kind of had to carve your own path. Looking back on it, it's like the country music scene didn't want to have you part of their family, so to speak, because you guys had longer hair and played through louder amps. The rock scene, you guys were too Southern.
Right.
So you had to forge your own path. And
pretty much.
it's so admirable,
Yeah,
you
it
know.
is.
Lonnie Mack had an album out about the time, a little bit before ours. 2 rock for country, 2 country for rock and roll. And if you go check that song out, it pretty much fits where we were at. But we'll have to backtrack here. Of course, Richard Pred and I, we started playing together way back in the day in 1968.
The Itchy Brother?
This is before Itchy Brother, actually.
Okay.
They were called the Truce, Truce.
Truce.
And I met Richard through a 4-H play in Metcalfe County High School. He was in middle school. I had never played on stage or played in front of anybody, but my cousin Larry Sullivan came on the bus one morning and said, "Hey, of course, I had just gotten an electric guitar a few months prior, and I had gotten the bug, I'd gotten the fever, and I knew that's what I was going to do in life somehow. And I'm sure rather badly, but I tried. But anyway, when Larry Sullivan got on the bus, he said, "Hey, there's a new kid that just moved into middle school because his father is a teacher there, and he had to get some he had to get some more hours in for something. I never did quite understand. He had to get some points or something." And so Richard was involved with the 4-H talent show that was going to take place in November of 1968. And Larry wanted to know if I'd be interested in playing. And I never played in front of anybody, but I had just really gotten the fever and said, "Oh, sure, man, I'd love to do it." So Richard and I met up at the school cafeteria one afternoon. I walked down from high school. I was a freshman. He was in the 8th grade. And I walked down with my little Gretsch guitar, and we sat down and hammered out Born to Be Wild, Hey Jude, Revolution, maybe Sunshine of Your Love, or whatever was popular that fall. And I said, "Okay, we'll do it." And then we got together with some other cronies at school. And after that little talent show, we decided that they had a band, him and his brother, Fred, with their cousin Anthony had a band called The Truce. And he said, and they were a trio, and they were really good, by the way. They were good when they had a family groove. I mean, seriously, man.
Yeah.
And I said, "I'd love to." And so we just, I went down and jammed with them one night down at the farm. And, man, we hit it off. And we've played together ever since then. You know, I mean, there was times when we veered off to do other things.
Yeah.
Which, you know, but it was never a clean cut, so to speak. It was, you know, we knew that we'd eventually get back together, and we did, you know. And but anyway, what am I trying to tell you? How the genres. But anyway, Itchy Brother actually happened in the 70s, and by the 70s, we were a stone rock band. By 1976, 77, 78, we were writing some pretty good songs. We were a heavy rock band. You know, we were playing, you know, in a regional area, down to Atlanta, Birmingham, Alabama, Louisville, Bowling Green. We'd play up at the Pier 312s, Mount Carmel, Indiana, Vincennes, the one right across the river in Westport. The boys right before I rejoined them, they played at the patio, I believe, in Indianapolis. So, Indianapolis has always been really just a dear place to us. We've always loved, like Faith Band, Roadmaster, Champion, different bands like that. So, but anyway, yeah, man, our roots were rock, but then just out of necessity in 1981, after Itchy Brother didn't get a recording contract, and I had a family, and I had to take a job, and I was offered a gig with Ronnie McDowell. And the first day that I started with Ronnie McDowell, Doug Phelps was auditioning. And that's just the way these things work sometimes, It's like it was kind of carved in the stars way before we knew it. Yeah. And I guess the good Lord had the plan. And, of course, around 1986, we decided to put our little Itchy Brother band back together. But when Anthony wouldn't come back, we brought Doug up, and we changed the name to the Headhunters. And that's where the country element came in about that time. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I hope it does.
Yeah. You
That's
guys,
great.
And you blend it all really well.
Man.
One of my favorite songs, I don't know if you've heard them do this, Melvis, but and I forget, it was on one of the early albums. You do a cover of Norman Greenbaum. Spirit in the Sky. Yeah.
Spirit in the Sky.
One of my favorite songs you guys do.
You know what? It should have been a single.
Yeah.
It goes over just about like Do Miss Walker or Walk Softly. It's that much of a part of our Headhunter DNA, so to speak. And we've been really blessed that Norman really loves our version. And back about 3 years ago, we were playing with Steve Earle at the Ryman, and Norman shows up, and he got on stage and did it with us.
Oh, wow.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Sweet.
there's video
awesome.
somewhere. Bad video, but it's out there somewhere.
Oh,
Cool.
man.
And let me tell you, there was another group way before we did it called Doc and the Medics. They did a version back in the 80s, and they were from the UK.
Okay.
And it was kind of a strange. Everybody look it up. Doc and the Medics, or Doc. I can't remember exactly, but we were doing a motorcycle festival over in the UK, and we noticed this really unique looking character that was the MC of the show, and they said, "Oh, that's Doc from Doc and the Medics." So we got him to do it with us over there. So it's been crazy, man. Because that song kind of adopted us. It kind of adopted us.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
That's great.
You can't make this stuff up.
No. Out of all the people to be emceeing in all the places, it's where you guys end up.
Yeah, man. The whole thing has been, you'd like to say, well, this is how it happened and how we made it happen. But I mean, the main thing is we were willing to do it, and that's the main thing. But to me, it's always been a God-given gift to be able to do this. The whole thing coming together like it did, it worked out, and it's been a great journey. It really has. It really has been, guys.
You've got to play with some incredible people.
Oh, it's been amazing, man. It's been amazing. I mean, when I think back, when I met Richard, when the first time my cousin Larry Sullivan came on the bus and wanted to know if I wanted to jam with Richard and do the talent show. And I thought at that point, man, if I could play the high school gym, man, I will be just, I'll be high cotton. And then if I can just come over to Glasgow and play the Armory, wow. And then the Lord said, no, he had much bigger plans for all of us. He really did, man. Got to play with a lot of different people, meet a lot of people. Some people you'd love to meet, but that's in God's hands. I'd love to meet Eric Clapton properly someday. And I just about met him one time. He walked by me at the Grammys, but I was just too startled that he walked right by me. I couldn't say anything. I was
starstruck.
Did you one of Mel's favorite guitarist is Jeff Beck. Am I wrong?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, oh Jeff Beck. Oh
Oh
gosh,
yeah.
yes.
He's my idol.
Did you
And I'm a
work with
drummer.
Did you work with Jeff Beck?
I never worked with Jeff, but I've met Jeff. I've sat in a room with him and talked with him. Jeff had a singer on some of the tours, Jimmy Hall
Yes.
from
Wet
Willie.
Willie. Yeah.
And Jimmy's a dear friend of mine and the guys. And Jimmy and I have done a lot of recording together. We've done some different things together. And I first time I met Jeff was around 2015. I was in Louisville. I had a pinched nerve at the time, believe it or not, and I was up to get an MRI, trying to figure out what was going on. All I could do was play slide guitar. I couldn't bend a string for about 4 or 5 weeks. It was weird. I must have picked up an amp or something and pinched the nerve. So anyway, I listened to the radio the day, and they said that Jeff Beck was in town, and I knew Jimmy Hall was on the tour. So I called Jimmy and said, "Hey, Jimmy, I'm in Louisville getting an MRI. Would it be okay to come watch the show?" He said, "Yeah, man, meet me at the back door." And, we met up, and I went back to his dressing room, and Jeff come walking in the room and sat next to me. And I was around Jeff 2 or 3 times. Well, actually, you know what? First time I met Jeff, I'm telling you a lie. I didn't mean to. First time I met him was in Indianapolis. At the old mosque? Is that the old building used to be up there? What was the old?
The
The
Mirage.
Marat.
What was it?
The Marat.
That's it.
Yeah.
I went to the show when Jeff played there. Paul
You were
Thorne
there.
opened up that night, and I've got to know Paul since then. But I had Jennifer Batten somehow
Yeah.
hooked me up with some backstage passes, and me and a couple of friends went back. And Jeff was really nice. And then I ran into him again at the Ryman. And then the last time I saw Jeff was 2015 in Louisville. But yeah, I never played with Jeff.
Okay.
I never played with him. I mean, I wouldn't even pick a guitar up in front of him, I don't think. You know?
Yeah. He was one of a kind for sure.
Oh, amazing!
I
One of
was
my
at that
favorites.
show.
One of my favorites ever since the Yardbirds. I mean, I grew up, being 72, I grew up with the Yardbirds.
Yeah.
I can remember buying Over Under Sideways Down in the summer of 1966 and flipping it over, and there was Jeff's Boogie, and there was some amazing guitar stuff on that for those days. And then he just kept getting better and better.
Yeah.
And when he passed away, he was as good as you could get.
Oh,
Yeah.
my.
He never went backwards.
Right.
He kept getting better.
Yeah, I saw him at the Brown County Music Center
Yeah.
in Nashville, Indiana.
Sure.
And that was the last time I got to see him, and he had Johnny Depp with him.
Yes, I had a friend that went to that show.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, my friend met Johnny Depp
Yeah.
and Jimmy Hall. Jeff was he's really shy.
Yeah.
He was quiet. I think you have to catch him on certain days. He's very more talkative,
Yeah.
And like I say, one time he walked in the dressing room when I was with Jimmy Hall. Of course, first thing he says to Jimmy Hall, he says, "Man, you're going to have a license for that voice," which is true. Jimmy Hall's
Oh,
amazing.
gosh.
And he sat
Yeah.
next to me. Of course, I'm going, "Hey, Jeff, what gauge strings you use?" No, it wasn't that stupid. But what do you say to Jeff Beck? I mean, what do you say to the guy?
Oh, yeah. He was the master.
Well, he was, man. I mean, really, there was the UK Trinity, so to speak.
Yeah.
And yes, Jimmy Page, Eric Clapton, and Jeff Beck.
Right.
Yeah.
And out of all of them, Jeff just kept ascending. And
Yeah.
he whatever air he was breathing was we couldn't get there, man.
That's what Jimmy Page said too.
Oh, did he say that?
Yeah,
Well,
he said
I
we
love
all
Jimmy
came,
Page.
we all hit a plateau, but Jeff just
Yeah,
keeps on
yeah.
going.
Yeah. And Jimmy done some great things, as we know, with Led Zeppelin. But there come a day where he hit that plateau, and Clapton, same thing. But of course, Clapton still does his thing, man. He's like fine wine.
Oh yeah, he
He's
just
still
gets
doing
better.
it. There you go.
You can't see what's on our screen at the moment, but what the viewers are
Mhm.
looking at is a guitar pick, and
Yeah.
it says the Kentucky Headhunters, Greg Martin, Psalm 33:3. I think that's sing loudly and play with. Sing loudly, skillfully play, and make joyful noise to the Lord, or something along those lines.
Well, it depends on which version
Right.
of the Bible.
Which, yeah.
Which version of the Bible is? If you're NIV positive, no, just joking. let me get you my translation.
The Southern Baptist translation is.
Yeah, 33:3, and now the New King James would say, "Sing to him a new song, play skillfully with a shout of joy."
Okay.
Okay, and of course we could just take the words "sing" out if we want to, and a new song, but play skillfully. But I like the shout of
make it. Make
shout
it,
of joy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
to me, that's like cranking up a nice Marshall amplifier,
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, play it loud.
Well,
Yeah.
Greg, this pick happens to be on sale on eBay at the moment for $29.99.
But that is a ripoff. They should pay someone to take that pick.
Oh, stop.
They should be ashamed of themselves. I would. Gosh, that's terrible. Where's it out of? I'm just curious where it's from.
Hold on, let me go back.
What should be me? I'm just joking. It's not me. I promise.
It's Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Well, how you got to Memphis? Well, there you go.
Yes.
Is it a blue pick?
It is. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a blue pick.
it's
Blue
a
pick.
dark it's a dark blue Diodario.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. We get those. Yeah, we throw those out in the crowd. We give them away. We don't sell those. God bless the guy. If he can get $29, good for him. You know? Man, that's amazing. Hey, back in the 70s, I mean, if we got paid $29 for a dad blasted gig each, I'd been happy. Right? You know?
Yeah.
You mentioned your love for Indiana and Indianapolis, and we just, as Indiana Rocks, we want to offer you honorary Hoosier, that make you an honorary Indiana Rocks Hoosier.
Well, thank you.
Hey,
Absolutely.
After all, Indiana is Northern Kentucky,
right,
Yeah.
right, and if you want to make us honorary Kentucky Headhunter Kentuckians, we will gladly accept that.
Well, you can do that, man. I wish we still had. We used to have certificates to make people on. I can't remember how it was. You can probably find those. There were little certificates, where you become a headhunter in the family. Just consider yourself part of the family. That's close enough.
Well, hey, just
Indiana. I moved to. Let me tell you, I moved to Indiana. Back in the, let me get this right. I started playing a little music and had a friend from Metcalfe County down here that moved to outside of Memphis, Indiana in 1973. And we put a little band together. And then I moved a couple of other guys up there, and we lived in my friend's basement one summer. And I think we played right above Memphis. What's the town right above Memphis? I can't remember now.
Is that Vincennes?
No, it's I can't think what it's been so long.
Mount
But anyway,
Vernon?
man, we played one summer and we only done a couple of gigs. We played one time in Kentucky and we played this crazy party right above Memphis, Indiana, and I cannot remember the name of the little town. But that was I lived up there for just a little bit. But the thing is, growing up in the 70s and aspiring to be in a rock band and to tour, and you had bands such as Faith Band and Roadmaster. I remember seeing Champion one time, I believe, and there was another band or two I used to see in Louisville from Indianapolis. Of course, Mellencamp, we saw him later on. But I have to say, Roadmaster and Faith Band were someone that I used to go watch those guys play a lot around Louisville.
And you developed a friendship with one of our dear friends that is
Oh, yeah.
Dave
Oh, man.
Dave Bennett.
I love Dave Bennett. I loved him. He was one of the most tasteful Les Paul players. When I first saw him, I bought their. Excuse me, we just cut an album. I just cut an album. I bought that in '76 or '7, and I loved that album. But then when I started seeing them guys play live, I realized what a great player Dave was and how tasteful. He did not waste a note. He's like J.P. Pennington with Exile. Those two guys were just, man, I kind of grew up playing. I used to be more haphazard, where I would just throw notes out there haphazardly, and I still do it a little bit, because that's rock and roll. Let's face it, But those guys were very studious, and they had some really great taste and tone, both of them guys. But yeah, he was great. Of course, Ricky was too with Roadmaster.
Yeah.
He was I didn't know him that well, unfortunately. I hate to say, I knew Toby a bit, but I never met Rick. Some reason we just never crossed paths.
Well, Greg, on the 28th of December at the Vogue in Broad Ripple in Indianapolis, we are having the Indiana Rocks Hall of Fame show, and we are paying tribute to the Faith Band and to Roadmaster.
Man, great. That's great.
And we've got some great performers lined up. We've got Rods and Cones lined up.
Yeah, I know they are. Yeah,
Mike Milligan and Steam Shovel.
I know Mike. Sure.
Phil Purley and the Enablers. Project 19, Mel Cup, Larry Lucas's band with Tim Allen and
Steve Castetter,
Steve Castetter and Nick
Halsey,
and always last,
David
but save the best for last because he's the bass player, David Dent. We're going to have Super Trooper, kind of one of the first heavy metal bands around Indianapolis.
Oh, that's great. I've heard of Super Trooper.
Yeah, and J. Michael Henderson, Tim Wright of the Wright Brothers.
Okay.
I mean, we've got we're just going to have a big party.
But now the Wright brothers, did they have a country deal back in the 80s?
They were the Wright Brothers Overland Stage Company in the 60s and early 70s.
Yeah.
I
Oh, okay,
think.
okay.
And then they became the Wright Brothers, just the Wright Brothers. But I think
there was a band in Indianapolis I used to hear about in the late 60s called Ice? ICE? Is that ring a bell? Or was it Black? And I think they were like a power trio or something.
No.
And I may be wrong about this. I thought it was Ice, but gosh, my buddy that moved up from Metcalfe County kept telling me about a band up there that was a heavy metal, like a 3-piece power trio band that were really good. This would have been like 1972, 73, actually.
Okay, that's when Mel's band, they were called Primeval. And they've been
gotcha. Well, you guys would know. I mean,
they've been rebranded as a death metal band.
Yeah.
Somebody bought their album and has put videos out with all kinds of weird stuff,
satanic stuff.
Yeah, so now Mel is one of the godfathers of death metal.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Well, I mean, if you heard Itchy Brother back when we were playing together, we're nothing like the Headhunters. The Headhunters. I mean, we calmed down, of course, and got older, but it was like a 3-piece band. Richard didn't even play guitar half the time. We just shoved Richard out to sing, and he had a long curly hair like Robert Plant. We used to call him Robert Tobacco Plant. and man, we had a really, I mean, seriously, that was about as rock as I've ever been in my life, man. Well, you know how it is when you're in your 20s. You got this boundless energy,
Yeah.
And And there's another wonderful aspect to go with it, ignorance, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And somebody told us how hard it was, the music business was. I would have never. I went, oh God, I better get away from this as fast as I can, you know.
And a misconception that you're indestructible.
That's true. That's right. Believe me, this year I can tell I'm, you know, I do pretty good at my age, but I have a lot of things I have to do at home to take care of when I'm home, and my energy, of course, right this time of year, of course, none of us do our taxes like normal humans. You know, we never file them April 15th, and I just pile all of my receipts. I pay my taxes in the prior year, and then in October, I have to go find all my receipts, and I have to start organizing everything into some kind of cohesive tax return and turn them in by October 13th. So it's like, wow, you know, this time of year just wears me out every time, you know.
If you just happen to just click on this and you haven't been following along, we're talking with Grammy winner, three-time CMA, and
I think
one.
I've got 4 of those. I got 4 of them. One of them's broke, but I've got. Well, it's not totally broke. It's not totally broke, but it's got something going on with it. We won. Let me think about this. Oh gosh, man, was it 1990? We were Group of the Year. Picking on Nashville won Album of the Year. Plus, with that, we won Producers of the Year, which probably blew a lot of the producers' minds down in Nashville. And then 91, we won Group of the Year again. So we've won. We've got 4 of those awards. And we won Academy of Country Music Group of the Year in 90, I believe, and we won a Grammy. I think we've been nominated 3 times. Maybe 4, I don't know. I know I've got one of those, and then we want some other things, you know. Which there again, just to even be doing this at our age and to have had a great career like we've had, it is much bigger than all the awards, you know. I can't believe it. It's just that's just icing on the cake, of course, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, one other thing, or a couple other things we want to touch on. You've got a radio show, and this being a Monday night, it starts at 7 o'clock from 7 to 10. The Lowdown Hoedown. Talk about that a little bit, because this has been going on a minute.
It has actually about 26 years. You know? Yeah. Well, listen. First off, I was very shy growing up. When I living in Louisville, to even play a guitar in front of people, or to even speak in front of people, you know, it didn't bother me now. Except when I played the Opry, I'm a nervous wreck. But I always had a love for radio growing up in Louisville. In Louisville, we had some really good AM radio stations, because I started listening to radio in early 60s, but 64, 65, I got really interested in radio when the Beatles hit. So we had like WKLO, WAKY, we had a soul station, WLOU, we had WHAS, we had country stations, WINN, WTMT, and I was just always intrigued by radio, and I would go down to see my grandparents. I would take a TARC bus from the south end of Louisville to Broadway, downtown Louisville, get off the bus, walk down Broadway, hit the music stores, look at guitars, look at records. But I would always stop at the WKLO showcase window and watch the DJs. And I was just always intrigued how cool that looked. You know, 2 turntables, these Kurt machines, and these guys bigger than life. And so it was just something I always wanted to do, but never really had the chance to do it. So around 1986, so it goes back to about 1986, I had a shot at starting a little blues radio show at a little station WLOC in Mumfordville, Kentucky, and it was called Blue Monday. It didn't last very long, but we did morph into doing another thing over there called the Chitlin Show, which was the Headhunters playing live on the radio. And we did that for a couple of years or something like that, maybe 3. But after the Headhunters signed a contract in 89, 90, we were just so busy, the radio stuff all went on the back burner. Until about 97, I had an offer from a station in Campbellsville, Kentucky, wanting me to do a Southern rock show. And on a Friday night, which was like back then, I was like, oh gosh, I'm never home on Friday nights.
Yeah.
But I like Southern rock, don't get me wrong. But my first love is blues and then rock and roll. And so I said I would be interested in doing a blues show, and as long as I can mix the genres up a little bit, add a little old rock and roll from rootsy rock and roll, some soul music and stuff like that. And they agreed to do that. And that's when the Lowdown Hoedown started, November of 1997, November. And I did it 2.5 years in Campbellsville. And then my engineer decided he had enough of the station or something. I don't know what happened. And at the time, I couldn't operate the board. So around March, April of 2000, I took a break. But then I had a friend that took over the programming at WDNS in Bowling Green, the best classic rock station in our area. And he offered me a job there every Monday night, and I started in November of 2001 is when I started. So this 2.5 years at one station, and this November I'll be at D93 for 24 years. So every Monday night from 7 to 10 Central Standard Time, I do the Lowdown Hoedown, and you can check it out. There's a really nice D93 phone app for Android or iPhone you can check out. It's constant. The station streams 24/7. Also, my radio show is on a podcast section for at least a week each show, and you can check it out that way. Live, if anybody's in South Central Kentucky, it's 93.3 FM, or you can go to WDNSFM.com or D93rocks.com, and there should be a section where you can
There
hit
is.
a button. Listen to the station.
Right up
So
at the
yeah, man.
yeah,
It's-
right up
it's,
at the top right hand corner. You can listen live.
It's a joy, man. I love doing it. Matter of fact, I had to put 4 shows together. I mean, I'll be there live the next few weeks, but it takes me 3 or 4 hours to put the shows together.
Yeah.
I had to put some shows together because I'm jumping into this tax stuff, and I just didn't want to be distracted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. All
Monday
right.
night is my therapy night. I'm a radio jock.
No, and yes, and yeah, I play bass, but I'm better known as a disc jockey, and I'm not known as that because I didn't use my real name most of the time.
Well, I was always, I always wanted. First off, I don't have the great Darth,
The Darth
they
Vader.
They call it now the puker. Hey, W,
Yeah.
they're shouting.
Yeah.
I guess that was the style back in the 60s and 70s. Now they just want you to be more conversational, so you can just be yourself, as you know. But I grew up, man, listening to those DJs, like, of course, I'm not sure if you guys knew who Gary Burbank was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Gary was at WAKY in Louisville back in the 70s, late 60s and 70s, and he went on up to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
He was phenomenal, man, phenomenal.
Yeah.
All right.
And I love radio. Radio's fun, man. I enjoy doing
I
that.
bet.
I really do.
I bet if you ever need somebody to fill in for a night, let me know. I know how to run the board too, by the way.
Good
So
for you, dude. I had to learn. I learned when I first started at D93. I had an engineer, and I think they figured out, like, okay, this guy could do this on his own. So he split me and the engineer up. They put the engineer. He has his own show now called Soul Frequency, and I had to learn how to use the board. But I tell you, it was it's fun, man. I enjoy it. I really do. I can't tell you how much I love it. Back during the pandemic, it saved my brain.
I'll
I
bet.
think. Pretty
Oh yeah.
I bet. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you got your show coming up here, and we've got it. You're going to be coming up to Indiana here before long. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But there's one more thing we've got to talk about.
Man, anything you want to talk about, I'm fine, man. You know,
Hank the
most
Plank.
everything.
We want to talk about.
Only drugs I do now is caffeine.
We want to talk about Hank.
Dude, man, let me tell you what I used to do. I never done much of anything. I was born on a trip, I think.
So let's talk about the Les Paul guitar, Hank the Plank.
Yeah, Hank's right behind me here. I love Hank. Hank is my companion. Hank the Plank is a 1958 lemon burst Les Paul. Supposedly it came out of either Ohio or Indiana. It belonged to a gospel group. It fell into the hands of Ed King at some point, and then Ed King ended up getting his Les Paul Red Eye. So he sold Hank the Plank to Hank Jr. Ed Gruen's guitars back in the 80s sometime. And Hank Jr. bestowed it on me back around 1990, 91. Now, we did a little trade. I gave him a nice old Fender 6-string bass and a kind of a rare custom shop guitar, but it was really more of a gift from Hank. And it's such a great guitar, guys. It's just got that sound.
Can you talk about the pickups in that guitar?
It's got the original PAF pickups. It's got the original. Now, as you know, our buddy Sherman.
Yes, that's where we were heading.
Yeah, we got to talk about Sherman. And Sherman has done some really good versions of this pickup, and he offers those, and I've got those in another guitar here. But now, Hank the Plank is stock. It's a stock guitar,
Wow.
you know.
No, we didn't know that, but that's another example of how the pickups were wound back then and how they were inconsistent.
Scatterwound, no pocket, and they just, usually ohm-wise, they were usually like, they could be low sevens to, no, some in the sevens. I think Dickie Betts's were like that. And then, they could be over in the 8s and 9s, you never knew. But my pickups I love the way they sound. I love the guitar. It plays great. It's a good weight. I don't take it on the road anymore. It doesn't go on the road. It was on the road for a long time, and I've got enough decent reissue guitars now that sound fine that I don't have to take this guitar out anymore. I think it's put in it's semi-retired, except for the studio, and sometimes I'll take it to church and play.
Yeah.
And you also you worked with a lot of people. Flynnville.
Yes.
The guys from
Flynnville
Train.
We know the Flynn boys really well. Yeah, they're great boys. We haven't seen them boys in a while. I'm trying to think. We played with those guys, about 3 years ago. But now we used to play a lot more together. But I know they're still doing it. I don't know how many dates a year they do. They were going overseas, I think, right? Quite a bit.
I'm not sure.
I think they did for a bit,
That's crazy.
We haven't seen, I think the last time I saw those boys was 2021 or 22. Yeah, good. They're great, man. They got the brother blood thing going, and the rhythm section's great too.
One other shout out. It's just had a birthday. Boone Froggett from Otis.
Froggett.
From Otis.
Yes, I saw Boone earlier.
And
My family and I had we went and had some catfish in town, and I had Boone. I gifted Boone a nice Neil Young 50th year box set of Harvest, which had about 4 or 5 CDs in it.
Wow.
And he is a great singer. He's a great guitar player, really great slide player. Otis is a great band.
Yeah.
Really proud of those boys.
I want to try to get them up here.
They're really good. They're going places.
I want to
They
try
are.
to get them up here.
Boone is our social media guy.
Oh, I did not know that.
Oh yeah. But Boone's part of the Headhunter family. He's
Nice.
part of it. Yeah. He's our social media guy. He takes care of all that stuff, and he's also our merch guy when he can be there, when he's there. Now, he'll be at Greenfield. I'm sure he'll be there. For sure.
That's what I was just about to ask.
I think he'll be there.
Coming up this Saturday, the Riley Festival.
Saturday.
This Saturday, and on the main stage right now, we got a picture of a Bon Jovi tribute band called Crush that was there last year.
Okay.
But that's basically the stage. The heads are going to be on Saturday night, and you say Boone's going to be there.
I'm pretty sure Boone will be there. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's not been with us much this summer because Otis has been really busy. He's not with us this. Let's see, let me think a minute. I think he'll be with us up there. I'm pretty sure, man.
Okay. Well,
if not, I'm sure you guys will see him somewhere with Otis. Otisband.com, I believe.
Okay.
I think that's how you can check them out.
yeah, I'd like to get them up here. Hey,
Yeah.
Is there any way that Saturday night you can take us back and introduce us to Doug and the Young
after
Brothers?
the show, we'll figure something out.
Gotcha, man.
Usually after the show, I don't know how we're doing this. We usually come off the bus right after the show. We'll play. We'll run to the bus for about 15 minutes, just kind of cool. Fred will shower.
Yeah.
And we'll come off usually 15, 20 minutes. We usually meet people right near the bus afterwards. So
All right.
that'll be
We'll see you. We'll see you there Saturday night.
Yes, I look forward to it. It'll be a lot of fun. Got a lot of friends in Indiana. Like to say hi to Jeff and Amber, the Blue School crew, and
Are you talking about Amber Denny?
yes.
Amber Denny and I went to school together from grade 1 through grade 12.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. I've never met. Well, I guess I met her years ago somewhere.
It's just crazy how everything becomes intertwined.
Yeah, she took some really good pictures of me and Dave Bennett. Some of the guys from Faith Band showed up. She'll have to tell you where. I never can remember where we played at. It had to be outside of Newcastle somewhere. It was some steakhouse or something.
Oh yes, Montgomery Steakhouse.
That's it.
Yeah, it's not called the Spiceland Grill, but yeah, it was Montgomery Steakhouse. I promoted and produced a concert there with 38 Special out in that field.
Oh wow! Yeah, okay, we played that. We played one of those shows there. Dave Bennett, Carl Story,
Yep,
and Barnesy showed up, and we had a jam session that night. You know,
Wow.
That's been way back.
I'd love to see
And
that.
I've got some pictures. Matter of fact, I got them hanging up in the studio here that Amber took. You know, so
Yeah.
I'm still looking for an original Faith shirt, the black with the old
Yeah.
logo.
yeah.
I know you can. I thought I found one from some company, but it wasn't the same. Something was different about it. And I know they got a new T-shirt, but I need a large now, where I used to have a medium. You know, but, I don't know. I'm not sure if you can get those or not. That's what a black one with the just the old Faith logo.
Yeah, we know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, here's our logo, by the way,
Yeah.
Indiana Rocks, and we hope to be having merch out soon. Hey, if you happen to be in Indianapolis, December 28th, stop by the Vogue, And
Well, if I am, let me tell you what I do usually the first weekend after Christmas. We play, I usually play a show in Bowling Green. Now, I don't know if I can do it this year or not. I never know. It's called Jambodians. And usually Sam Bush, Bill Lloyd, different people that grew up in this area, we get together.
cool.
And we got money for like local school for band instruments.
Nice.
I'm not sure when they're doing it this year, but if for some reason we don't, I'll try to make it up, man, if I can.
Cool.
We'll guarantee we will get you on stage playing. So
Absolutely.
Well, I would love it, man. I hate to miss out down here because of
no. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But
We'll
hey,
just
man, I'll get up there. We'll figure it out. One of these days I'll get up there and do it.
we'll see you. Yeah, because if this one works, we're going to do a bigger one in the summer.
Well, the
So-
summer can be that can be good or bad, of course.
Yeah.
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 Of course, my touring schedule.
Yeah. But we'll see you Saturday night, regardless.
Oh yeah, Saturday night we're going to have a good time
In Greenfield,
Everybody-
Indiana.
and the band. We really look forward to it. We're very blessed that we're still doing it, and we're man.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us, and thanks for having me on today.
Hey, we
Thank you.
appreciate you, brother.
It was
Uh,
great.
God bless you guys.
God bless
Y'all
you
stay-
as well.
Y'all stay out the ditches and get that Bible out. Read some. I need to do it too, man.
Amen,
Oh,
brother.
I hear
Read the
you.
Bible, then crank to a big Marshall for the Lord. Okay.
There you go. Make a
You know what?
joyful.
The Lord don't want no wimpy music, man.
No,
Yeah.
make a joyful sound.
He wants it loud, man.
That's
Yeah.
right. Turn it up to
Okay.
11.
All right. God bless you guys.
God bless
Thank
you too, brother. We'll see you soon.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye. What a dude.
What a guy,
Huh?
man.
Huh?
He's a great dude.
Yeah. Actually, I don't want to stop sharing that. Actually, I'm going to share that again here real quick. What a great dude.
Yeah.
And looking forward to Saturday night. They will
Wish I
be.
could.
You're not going to be there, are you?
I have to play this Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well.
Oh,
Hey.
everybody
all
will probably be here.
You. It's not you have to play. It's you get to play.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. And
Yes.
we're going to do something we don't normally do at the end of shows. We've done in the past at the end of episodes.
I'll break out the bong and the
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
No nudie magazines, none of those
No.
things. No.
Crying out loud.
We're gonna play a song.
Oh,
Actually, we're gonna play a song from the Kentucky Headhunters. I mentioned it earlier. Let me make sure we get the volume up. We do. Make sure we got volume here. We do. And ladies and gentlemen, Kentucky Headhunters doing one of my favorites. They do. It is their version of Norman Greenbaum's Spirit in the Sky. Yeah. That kept me out of the game.
What's up, Zach?
Check out the
Go.
deco. T-Mobile.
Oh, there we are. Got it. All right. We got it in. Nice hat, dude. All right. Thank you all. We're just over an hour, and we thank y'all for watching this all the way up here till the end. Greatly appreciate it. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit the share. Yes, thank you. Thank you all very much. Thank you to Greg Martin. And great guy. Come see us Saturday. Greg Martin's going to be playing with the Kentucky Headhunters. I'll be there filming. And that's Saturday at Riley Days. Thursday at Riley Days, it's the Wombly's Rock Orchestra. Another fabulous show. So just plan on coming to Greenfield the whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday for the Greenfield Riley Days Festival. It ends on Sunday. It doesn't, but if you want to hang around on Monday, you might see us filming an episode of the show at one of the nearby parks or library. Thank you all for watching. Again, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the share, leave a comment. That's Mel Cup. I'm Barry Welsh. This has been Indiana Rocks. Peace. We love y'all.
Yay.
It's a dark world.
Be a light.
We mean that. Love somebody. We're out.